Good day everyone, and welcome to Goes to 11 Get Spun. Today I thought I'd show you how I tie a balanced leech. This particular pattern I caught my personal best rainbow trout on just this past weekend actually. And I used it on my spinning rod under a bobber, so just goes to show you don't have to fish with flies only on a fly rod. Okay, anyway, I'll show you how I tie this. So we take a round end pin with a head on it, install a bead on it. This one happens to be an 1/8 inch gold colored tungsten bead. I'll clamp that in my vise. We'll just tie that on here. Excuse me. And run the thread down to about the 3/4 point there. And really all I'm doing with that thread is creating myself a base to connect it onto my hook. The hook I'm going to use is a 60-degree jig hook in size 10 from Togans. They're barbless hooks, but they're phenomenally sharp. And I've yet to actually lose a fish with one of them, even though they're barbless. So I just put some bone dry resin on there just to lock my thread in place so that I can tie this off. Oops. Pull that out, and then we'll install our hook into the vise. Start a thread base on that. Excuse me again. We'll run that thread down to about where the hook starts to bend, just past where, if it was a barbed hook, where the barb would be. I don't go around the corner. I'm using these new scissors that Ryan Storch gave me. They're from Anadromous Fly Company, and this bobbin is also from that company. Thanks Ryan for those gifts, that's awesome. And then we'll install our pin in our bead, and I like to leave my bead about a bead and a half width or length from my eyelet of my hook. Just seems to be the number for me. And when tying in your pin, when I cut it off, it gets a very sharp edge there. Be careful not to break your thread when you're tying this in. So I have a tendency to just leave the end of it bare and then bury it with some dubbin when I put my dubbin on. For the body of this, I'm going to use it's called Leech dubbing from Chinook Wind Outfitters. It's fantastic. I love it. It's great. The stuff I'm going to use is called PR Brown. That's the color that I used when I caught that rainbow trout. And we're going to add that video in so you can see that as well. So I put it together and I just pull it out, trying to get the fibers all same lengthish. And you don't have to use a pile of it. It's, pardon me. And I fold the head over on mine to make the body a little bit thicker. And when I install it on here, I like to leave the tail probably two lengths of the hook. Bring it back to where I ended my thread. And then I'm going to create a dubbin loop. Around there a couple times around the back end of it. Then I'll bring my thread back up to the bead. And my dubbin spinner. I'm going to use the same dubbin there that I used for the tail to keep the body the same color. It's quite long stuff, so stretch it out pretty good. And I'll spin that up until I'm happy with how tight it is. And we'll start doing wraps on the body to cover up the black thread. And when we get to the eye of the hook, I'll go over it and then back around. Right up close to the bead, but I don't want to put too much here because I'm going to add another color of dubbin in there. It's called Police Car. It's a mixture of black and red and blue. Turns there. Snip that out. Here's the police car color. Not sure if you can make it out, but it's got lots of red and blue in there. It's pretty good stuff. Makes a nice little contrast right behind that gold bead. Gives it some extra flash in there. And that's also going to help lock a couple of whip finishes. Out of there. And then you can take a brush and brush the body out. Makes it look pretty buggy. That's pretty much it. That's done. You can add some head cement to that if you like. Yeah, that's how we make it. It's a pretty simple fly to make. It's extremely effective. I lost count of how many fish I caught on this fly on the weekend. So thanks for watching, and if you guys like this video, please click like and subscribe, and click the reminder bell so you don't miss any further content to Goes to 11. If you'd like to purchase any products from our products or any of the other products available from Goes to 11, you can buy them at fishingandoutdoors.ca for Canadian customers and fishingandoutdoors.net for anyone outside of Canada. Tight lines, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed this video and the one that's coming up with the fish that I caught on it. Tight lines.